For this movie, the characters Leo and Squirtle are both based upon popular pop culture characters. Leo is named after Leonardo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Squirtle is named after the Pokemon Squirtle. So this movie kind of came out of nowhere. I found this movie to be really fun, enjoyable, and it actually is really quite a cute movie. There's a lot of things in this movie that I liked. There's only one thing in the movie I wasn't a fan of, but I'll save that for the end of the review. First thing I liked about this movie was I actually liked that they made it a musical. I think there's a lot of creativity in it. The songs weren't anything great, but the musical aspect of this movie really kept the pace going and really kept me engaged and intrigued. And it was just cool how all the characters in the movie were utilized and how they were singing about their own personal lives and how they were feeling about being in 5th grade. It's kind of a big step for them. It was just cool seeing that expressed through song. Second reason I like this movie actually had a really good story. It was from the point of view of a turtle and a lizard watching a classroom. The lizard Leo has been a class pet for 74 years, so he's seen a whole lot of things going on, and it was just cool getting a different perspective and how they think. And there's a lot of funny running jokes and commentary between Squirtle and Leo. Just really funny stuff. Adam Sandler's just a master at comedy, but also lots of points of views from the students, and they're dealing with their own life issues and their own insecurities, but also dealing with a pretty mean substitute teacher. I'd say my favorite part about this movie was there was actually a lot of really heartfelt moments in this movie, mainly from the viewpoint of Leo. He kind of figured out that he may not have a whole lot of time left to be alive, and there are so many things he didn't really got to do. He set aside his own personal dreams to help all these other students out who are going through some pretty crazy stuff, pretty hard things to deal with when they're only in 5th grade, and through just talking with each one of them and spending time with each one of them, he was able to help them through their problems. And he gave up what he wanted most. By doing so, he really changed these kids' lives, gave them a little more meaning, and they just felt like they had more purpose after spending time with Leo. I'd say the only thing I didn't like about this movie is I get that in animated movies there are always going to be inappropriate jokes, and on occasion there might be some minor swear words, but I've just never been a fan of when there are inappropriate jokes put into a kids movie. This movie is geared towards kids, and I've just never understood why directors and producers felt the need to put in inappropriate jokes that even if it goes over their heads, they're going to be curious about it. And there was one joke in the movie that I understood it, but it was really actually, there's a lot of detail to this joke, and I'm sure there will be kids out there who are going to be asking their parents, what is that? Like, what does this mean? It just doesn't make for, I guess, a wholesome movie when you put crap like that in. I just don't like it. I'm not a fan of it. I've never been a fan of it. So you'll know this moment in the movie if you watch it. It just goes a little too far with the inappropriateness. But I highly recommend, if you have any kids, this is a really fun movie for you to just sit down and watch with your kid, watch it with your family. It's on Netflix right now. I highly encourage you to check it out. So for Leo, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 Mudflaps, and remember, leave me a thumbs up and drop in the comments below, did you have a class pet and what was it? See you next time.